Bread, alcohol, cheese, antibiotics that have saved millions of lives, fertile soil where plants grow, an invisible network beneath every forest connecting the roots of trees. All of this is the work of the same organisms, fungi. Their diversity is astonishing. Scientists estimate that up to 5 million species of fungi may exist on Earth, but humanity has described only about 100,000. They live in soil, in water, in the air, and even inside other organisms. They shape ecosystems, recycle dead matter, and help plants grow. They are everywhere, right now, and you don't even notice them. Despite all their benefits, fungi can easily kill you, but without them, you probably wouldn't exist at all. But let's start from the beginning. Welcome to the kingdom of fungi. For a long time, people didn't even know where to place fungi. Since ancient Greece, all living things were divided into two categories: plants and animals. Later, scientists added a third kingdom for microscopic single-celled organisms. And fungi, for a long time, they were simply considered primitive plants. Only in the 20th century did it become clear how unique they are. In 1969, fungi were finally classified as a separate kingdom. So what makes fungi so special? Plants get their energy from sunlight. They use photosynthesis to create food from light, water, and carbon dioxide. But fungi don't. They have no chlorophyll. They don't use sunlight at all. Instead, a fungus releases enzymes into its surroundings, literally digesting everything around it, and then absorbs the nutrients. But even more surprising is how a fungus is built. What we see in the forest, the cap and the stem, is just the tip of the iceberg. It's only the fruiting body meant for reproduction. The main part of the fungus is hidden underground. There lies the mycelium, a vast network of microscopic threads called hyphae. These threads can spread for tens or even hundreds of meters. This network exists beneath every forest, and its scale is almost impossible to imagine. In just 1 gram of forest soil, there can be several kilometers of fungal threads. They connect tree roots into massive networks. Through them, plants can exchange nutrients and even send warning signals. Older trees can feed younger ones, helping them survive in the shade. Scientists call this system the Wood Wide Web, by analogy with the internet. In fact, a forest is not just a collection of trees, it is a single organism. At the molecular level, fungi are full of surprises. Their cells contain chitin, the same substance that forms the exoskeletons of insects. And the most unexpected fact, genetically, fungi are closer to animals than to plants. Both originated from a group of single-celled organisms that appeared more than 1.5 billion years ago. Fungi evolved for hundreds of millions of years until around 500 to 600 million years ago, when an event occurred that changed the history of the planet. Life began to move on to land. The first plants started to colonize shorelines and moist areas of the land. And alongside them, fungi appeared. Back then, the Earth's surface looked very different. The continents already existed, but vast areas were bare, rocky plains. There was almost no soil. Rivers flowed through barren landscapes, and the land was nearly lifeless. Most life existed in the oceans. There, jellyfish-like creatures drifted, along with ancient sponges, worm-like organisms, and countless microscopic forms of life. Over the next 50 million years, fungi evolved into enormous organisms up to 8 meters tall, known as prototaxides. For over a century, they puzzled scientists. At first, they were thought to be fossilized trees, but they had nothing resembling wood. They were more similar to modern bracket fungi. These giant fungi spread across the planet. They had no real competitors until insects appeared and began feeding on them. Around the same time, a partnership formed between plant roots and fungi, a symbiosis that still exists today. Fungi help plants extract water and minerals from the soil. In return, plants provide fungi with organic compounds and sugars. This alliance proved so effective that many scientists believe Without fungi, plants would never have been able to colonize land so successfully. And without that, there would be no forests, no soil, and no modern ecosystems. 66 million years ago, a catastrophe struck. Tons of dust filled the air. Sunlight disappeared. There was nothing but decaying dead matter. But for fungi, these were perfect conditions, and they began to spread rapidly. It's hard to believe, but without this catastrophe, you and I might not exist. A once insignificant group of animals, mammals, managed to survive. They were resistant to the deadly effects of fungi. Reptiles, on the other hand, were highly vulnerable to fungal infections. Mammals, however, have an average body temperature of around 35 degrees Celsius, which creates an environment unfavorable for most fungi. Here's an interesting fact. Millions of bats die every year from fungal infections. Like us, they are warm-blooded. But during winter, bats enter hibernation, and their body temperature drops, making them vulnerable to fungi. If an infected bat is awakened and fed so its body temperature rises again, it can actually fight off the disease. Around 10 million years ago, trees were covered in fruit. As the fruit ripened, it fell to the ground and became damaged. That's when a unique type of fungus, yeast, entered and began producing ethanol inside it. This is how our distant ancestors developed a tolerance to alcohol. A mutation allowed them to break down ethanol efficiently. In a world where food was often scarce, this became a key survival advantage. Better to eat fermented fruit than starve. Those individuals who could tolerate alcohol had a higher chance of survival. That single mutation, millions of years ago, became the foundation for one of the most popular human activities today. Since then, our history has been closely intertwined with yeast. And the most incredible part is that every loaf of bread and every glass of beer or wine over the past 10,000 years has been created with the help of a single type of fungus. Our ancestors also knew about the healing properties of fungi. In the Alps, the body of a man who died 5,000 years ago was discovered preserved in permafrost. Among his belongings were polypore fungi. At first, scientists thought they were food. But who would decorate their meals so carefully? Today we know these fungi can strengthen the immune system, help heal burns and wounds, and have antiviral and antibacterial properties. This is considered the first recorded use of fungi in medicine. In 1928, fungal spores drifted through the window of a London hospital and landed in a petri dish in the laboratory of Alexander Fleming. That fungus, later named penicillium, changed the course of human history. Fleming noticed a clear area between the mold and the bacteria where nothing grew. He realized that the mold was releasing substances deadly to bacteria. This was the result of millions of years of evolution and competition between two kingdoms of life, and it gave us the first antibiotic. Fungi are among the fastest-growing organisms on Earth. In favorable conditions, their fruiting bodies can expand by several millimeters per hour, and sometimes up to 1 to 2 centimeters. Some species can grow from almost nothing into a full mushroom in just one night. One of the most striking examples is dung beetle mushroom. Its fruiting body can appear and fully form within just a few hours, and then just as quickly begin to dissolve into a dark liquid. So what's the secret behind this speed? A mushroom doesn't so much build itself from scratch, it rapidly fills already formed cells with water, essentially inflating in a matter of hours. And did you know that the largest living organism on Earth isn't a blue whale? In the late 1990s, scientists in the U.S. state of Oregon were investigating a mass die-off of trees. The cause turned out to be a dark honey fungus. Its mycelium wraps around tree roots and slowly kills them. But when researchers studied the area more closely, they made a shocking discovery. In 1998, it became clear this wasn't a collection of separate fungi, but a single gigantic organism. Its mycelium lies up to 1 meter underground and covers about 9 square kilometers, larger than 1,300 football fields. Its age is estimated at around 2,400 years. And even that isn't the limit of what fungi can do. Some species can control the behavior of animals, Once inside an insect, the fungus begins to grow, gradually taking over its nervous system. In the end, the infected host behaves exactly as the fungus needs, essentially becoming a zombie. If you haven't seen the episode about cordyceps yet, the link is in the description. Some fungi can even survive where life shouldn't exist at all. They've been found inside nuclear reactors where radiation levels are lethal to most organisms, but certain fungi can actually use radiation as a source of energy for growth. But fungi are not just beneficial, they have a dark side too. There are species capable of destroying up to 80% of crops, thereby causing widespread famine. These are phytopathogenic fungi that parasitize plants. And that's just the beginning. Fungi can infect humans as well. Earlier we mentioned that only a few species can survive at human body temperature, but some can. They can cause skin infections. Some fungi can even invade the lungs, bloodstream, and brain. And the most unsettling part is this. Their spores are in the air around you right now. Every time you take a breath, you inhale thousands of fungal spores. Usually your immune system handles them. But if it's weakened, the consequences can be fatal. In 2001, veterinarians on Vancouver Island noticed something unusual. Many cats and dogs developed tumors under the skin and had trouble breathing. Soon, people began reporting coughs, headaches, and night sweats. X-rays revealed dark areas in their lungs. Fortunately, it wasn't cancer, it was a fungal infection. The cause was Cryptococcus gattii, a relatively harmless fungus previously found only in tropical climates in eucalyptus forests. But how did it reach Canada and survive there? No one knows for sure. And that's what makes it frightening. There is another invisible threat. Microscopic fungi produce toxins that are impossible to see. They can be present in bread, nuts, and grains. And even after heat treatment, many of these toxins remain intact and can slowly damage the body. And of course, the most well-known danger is poisonous mushrooms. Some of them mimic edible species. For example, one of the deadliest mushrooms, the death cap, can look completely harmless. A single mushroom is enough to kill an adult, and the most terrifying part is that symptoms may appear only hours later, when it's already too late to save the person. And that's not all. Fungi don't just destroy living things. They break down wood, spoil food, and damage buildings and technology. This process is called biocorrosion, and it causes billions in losses every year. Some fungi can even break down oil and plastic, offering hope for environmentally friendly waste recycling. There are also fungi that alter perception itself. They can cause hallucinations, distort time and space. The oldest known rock art depicting rituals involving psychoactive fungi has been found in Africa and dates back 6,500 to 9,000 years. Subscribe and like so you don't miss future episodes. Today we've explored only a small part of the fungal kingdom. The story of fungi is the story of a quiet, hidden force of nature that exists everywhere around us. Fungi are not just organisms. They are a hidden system that shapes life on Earth. They create soil, feed plants, destroy the dead, and can destroy the living. They are everywhere, even inside you, right now. And without them, you might not exist at all.